Can you believe that the U.S. Air Force's heaviest bomber aircraft crashed because of just one drop of water? Unbeknownst to the audience, mistakes are made by all of us, and we have to bear the consequences of these. Today you will learn about the biggest mistakes that happened to man, which were very small and the damage caused by them was very big. To let us talk about these mistakes. Number 5. 200 kilometers off the coast of Aberdeen, Scotland, an oil rig vessel called Piper Alpha will be built in the deep sea. In 1976, the oil rig first started working on the oil extract. The work of extracting oil from the bottom of the sea was going on smoothly. After a few years, the companies that were operating the oil rig decided to extract gas through the same rig as well. So, the rig that is used to extract oil from the sea has now also started extracting gas. Everything was under control and all the operations were going smoothly, but then an incident happened which made headlines all over the world. Yes, on July 6, 1988, there was a problem with the gas lines, so the supervisor turned off the gas pump. Take out the gas valve for maintenance and replace it with a metal plate so that the gas does not escape. The supervisor gave instructions to everyone so that no one was starting the gas pump. But when the next shift started, no one read the instructions and start the gas pump. The metal that replaced the gas valves was not strong enough to withstand the pressure of the gas, and it exploded in one fell swoop. And then what no one expected happened. There was a loud explosion and the entire rig went up in flames. And all the 167 workers in the rig lost their lives on the spot due to a small mistake, causing a loss of $2 billion to the company. Number 4. In the Justice League movie released in 2017, the audience noticed something strange. Henry Cavill, who played Superman in the movie, had a strange blur on his lips in some scenes. This blur was ruining Superman's face, and Superman fans did not like it at all. The audience was forced to wonder why Superman looks good in some parts of the movie and bad in other scenes. The part. It was finally revealed after the shooting of Justice League was over when the movie was being edited. So, the editor did not like Henry Cavill a few scenes of Superman, and scenes now needed to be red hot. But the problem was that Henry Cavill was now working on a Mission Impossible 6 shoots, and he also sported a mustache for the role. Henry had to be clean-shaven again for some of the Justice League shoots, which permission was not given by the producers of Mission Impossible 6. Eventually, Hawkeye and the mustache had to do some Justice League shots. Now it was the editor's job to make Henry clean-shaven by effects. The editor did his best, but the result that came out was that Henry's appearance was also different, and only because of this mustache did the movie cost an extra $25 million. And also the loss due to the movie's low rating was much. Number 3. B-2 Bomber aircraft is America's heavy strategic aircraft. On the day of February 23, 2008, the B-2 bomber aircraft from Quam Airways took off from Micronesia, but it crashed immediately after a few altitudes. No one could believe that this plane, which had made a perfect flight of 5,100 hours, turned into a pile of garbage in 1 second. Ultimately, the investigation revealed that there was a large drop of rainwater on top of the air pressure sensor, due to which the control code not being signaled in the sensor immediately after takeoff. Only a drop of rain could throw off the balance of such a large ship, and it hit the ground, and luckily both pilots eject themselves. Had the sensor been thoroughly cleaned before takeoff, the $2 billion loss would not have occurred. Number 2. On January 13, 2012, an Italian ship named Costa C. Concordia will depart from Civitavecchia, Italy. The ship left for a week-long cruise in Mediterranean Sea with a pre-planned route. A total of 3,200 passengers and 1,000 crew members were present on that ship. A few hours into the travel, an accident engulfed the heavily loaded cruise ship. A rescue operation was carried out to save the life of the passenger, but 32 passengers lost their lives in the accident. The investigation revealed that the ship's routes had been planned in advance, but Captain French Chatinio leaves the top of road direction Keelio had turned to Ireland, where there are big stones in the sea. One such stone hit the Costa Concordia, which had put it on the deep damp on the left side of the ship. Of $612 million was spent to build the ship, but the total cost of the lost accident was $2 billion. That is 3 times more than the cost of making that chip, including the cost. Number 1. You can estimate the value of a 10% share of Apple Company in today's era. But there is one man who sold his 10% shares of Apple Company for just $800. With Steve Jobs, and Steve Wozniak is included in Apple founders. This is Ron Wayne. In 1976, Ron Wayne created the Apple Company with his other partners Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. These days Ron Wayne gives some of his debts and then he sold his 10% company shares for just $800. But today its price is $120 billion. It means if Ron does not sell his shares today, his name included among the richest people in the world.